This photograph shows exactly what life looked like in Kensington, Maryland, in the spring of 1975. Neighbors held driveway parties, kids rode bikes in the street, and families like the Lyons lived in a high-trust, middle-class enclave. John Lyon was a popular local radio broadcaster. He and his wife Mary were raising 4 children, including their only daughters, 12-year-old Sheila and 10-year-old Katherine. On March 25th, the 2 girls took a routine half-mile walk from their house to the Wheaton Plaza Mall. This photo shows the mall's interior during that era. Sheila and Katherine promised their mother they'd be home by 4 p.m. to eat fried chicken. They spent the afternoon looking at Easter decorations and were last spotted by their brother eating pizza at a restaurant called the Orange Bowl. The 4 o'clock curfew passed without word. By 7 o'clock, police were actively searching the neighborhood, and the community's sense of safety vanished. The immediate aftermath was defined by chaos. The family distributed missing persons flyers across the region, while police fielded thousands of dead-end leads and released composite sketches. The Lyons even faced cruel extortion attempts, including a caller who demanded a $10,000 ransom to be left in a courthouse briefcase, a drop that went unclaimed as police watched the building. The disappearance fractured the region's sense of security. It left the Lyon family with a 38-year void where answers should have been. That silence ended on September 12, 2017, when a 60-year-old convicted sex offender named Lloyd Lee Welch Jr. stood in a Virginia courtroom and pleaded guilty to felony murder. Welch's plea moved the public's focus from the mystery of the disappearance to the logistics of the crime, specifically how Welch managed to take 2 children and evade capture for 4 decades. The answers were hidden within Welch's isolated family network. To understand what happened to Sheila and Katherine, investigators had to dismantle a 40-year conspiracy of silence. The breakthrough began in 2013, when a cold case squad noticed an overlooked archival detail that pointed them directly to Welch, who was already serving time in a Delaware prison. Welch admitted to investigators that he snatched Sheila and Katherine with the specific intent to sexually exploit them. He also claimed he intended to involve his uncle, Richard Welch, in the crime, turning the abduction into a networked family offense. The girls were targeted prey in a calculated plan engineered by a serial offender who relied on his own family to execute and hide the crime. This is Taylor's Mountain in Bedford County, Virginia. It served as the remote home base for the extended Welch family, sitting 200 miles away from the Maryland suburbs where the girls lived. The Welch clan lived in extreme isolation. Their multi-generational history was marked by domestic abuse and a unified, deep-seated hostility toward any external legal authority. Shortly after the abduction, Welch arrived at his cousin Connie Akers' home with 2 heavy, blood-stained duffel bags. He claimed the blood was from spoiled beef, but when he asked her to wash the clothing inside, she refused. Welch then sought help from another relative, who later admitted to detectives he helped Welch burn heavy, red-stained bags on the mountain property. Local residents living near the mountain recalled the resulting fire. It burned for several days and emitted an odor that witnesses described as smelling distinctly like a cremation. Sheila and Katherine remained missing for 40 years because the Welch family built a psychological fortress to protect their own, prioritizing their clan over the lives of 2 children. This archival photo shows investigators conferring on a dirt path. This cooperative spirit defined Operation Worthy Cause, a joint task force between Maryland and Virginia authorities formed to penetrate the Welch family's borders. Detectives deployed interrogative dynamics, using 1,900 pages of transcripts to map the family network. By isolating relatives and exposing their contradictory lies, the conspiratorial network dissolved, eventually forcing Welch into a confession. Solving the case required using the family's own internal inconsistencies against them, proving that even a 40-year conspiracy has breaking points. The legal process concluded with Welch's 2017 guilty plea to felony murder. He was sentenced to 2 concurrent terms of 48 years in prison. However, the physical reality of the crime is final. The remains of Katherine and Sheila have never been recovered, likely destroyed during the multi-day fires on Taylor's Mountain. The disappearance changed how American parents assessed neighborhood risk and inspired literature exploring the pain of unresolved loss. such as Laura Lippman's novel What the Dead Know. While the Welch clan successfully hid their actions for 4 decades, the resolution of the case stands as a masterclass in investigative endurance and the eventual recovery of the truth.